Hello and welcome to this full moon healing activation. My name is Sarah Chave and this session is part of a moon healing series which you can find in the playlist of my YouTube channel. So please do take a look to see if any of the other sessions can support you. These sessions are really to help us navigate our current energies. And this one in particular will support us with the full moon in Leo that is occurring on the 25th of January 2024 at 5:53 p.m. UK time. So please do adjust for your location. Also to mention that a very important transit began on the 20th of January 2024 as Pluto moved out of Capricorn and into Aquarius, which is the start of a 21-year transit where power will really shift to the people, and this will create a lot of internal shifts within us as well. So it may be that some of the themes of this transit will come up in this session as well. But if you're finding this in a few months or even in a few years' time, just trust that it's the right moment for you to receive this healing, as these sessions are set up with a timeless quality. So I'm going to start tuning in to the group energy field. So I set the intention of anyone listening to this will receive this healing today. And I invite you to make yourself comfortable, maybe sitting, reclining or lying down. And during the session, I will invite you to hold over certain areas of your body. And this will encourage new frequencies to come into the body mind. It will enable you to focus at a cellular level on areas of the body that will help these shifts and help the embodiment. So make yourself comfortable. And we're just going to start by taking a few nice deep breaths into the belly. Nice deep expansive breaths into the front, the sides, the back of the belly. And with every out breath, an invitation to release, relax and let go. Letting go of any tension. Scanning the body mind, giving yourself permission to let go of any tension that you find. You don't need to hold any tension anywhere in your body. And then taking a couple of nice deep breaths, breathing out through the mouth, letting go of any stress, any surface tension, any emotion, anything that's ready to shift in this now moment. Coming into the body, coming into the breath. And as I tune in, the first thing that comes up today is to look at the energetic body mind. So my understanding is that whatever in our energy field is the start, and then it moves into the physical body. So if we can work on an energetic level, then that's going to help things from manifesting, so it doesn't manifest on a physical level. So the energetics we particularly need to look at today is the Microcosmic Orbit. I've done a lot of work with a Taoist teacher called Master Mantak Chia, and the Microcosmic Orbit runs from up the back of the body and down the front. So it kind of creates a circle. It's actually a figure of 8. It reverses as it goes down the legs. But let's just focus on the up the back, so from the tailbone area, actually starting at the perineum, coming up the back, and then it goes to the top of the head and then comes down the front. And the energy going up the back is known as more masculine energy, and the energy coming down the front is more connected to the feminine. So my sense is that we're doing an energetic balance of the masculine and the feminine to start with. Now this is linking into the fire element. We're doing an elemental balance to support this balancing of the microcosmic orbit. And my teacher has taught, and I've been taught, that if our microcosmic orbit is not flowing well, then we're likely to get unwell. I know Master Manchak Chia talks about, if he wakes up and he notices that his microcosmic orbit is not flowing, he thinks, okay, I'm going to get a virus or something. So he'll work to strengthen it. So that's what we're doing in this session. We're really strengthening the microcosmic orbit. And we're going to work with the elements to support this. And the fire element is coming up, which is quite interesting because the fire element relates to the heart's energy field, which Leo is very much about the heart, about that connection with our heart. So it's interesting that it's coming up during this full moon period. And we're going to balance the relationship between the fire and the earth element. Now, the earth element can tend to emotionally relate to worry, anxiety. And what I'm picking up is that the earth is draining the fire. So what happens is that the fire is meant to feed the earth. If you think of, a fire, having a fire, the charcoals, from the fire would then go into the earth to really enrich it. But what's actually happening is that the earth is draining the fire. So we really need the fire element, particularly during this full moon in Leo. It's a great opportunity to bring our heart energy fields into kind of a cohesive, coherent state. So by working with this elementally and also the microcosmic orbit, this is going to support this process. We also need to work with the belief, and the belief that's coming up is there's no hope in the future. Now, this is a belief that's very understandable because there's so much going on in the world. It's easy to look out and feel, oh my goodness, there's no hope. But it actually doesn't serve us, because what actually starts to happen if we have no hope is that we start to feel stuck. And our energy starts to feel stuck, and we feel that we can't necessarily follow our purpose in life and follow our path. So this is going to really help to free up the energy field, but also free us up so that we can start to have hope and see opportunities in the future, and really come into our heart's energy field and expand that so that we can operate from a place of love and connection rather than fear and separation, which the whole kind of earth element, that worrying about what might happen, that's what's showing up in this picture here. So we're just going to be working to balance that. So there aren't any hand positions as such for this, but what might be useful is to just connect in with the lower dantian, which is just below the belly button, as this is a really great place to collect energy from a Taoist perspective. So when we're working with the microcosmic orbit, it's useful to have a focus in the lower dantian. So we're literally just strengthening, where appropriate, each individual it will be different, the microcosmic orbit, and balancing the masculine and feminine. So, a lot of Kundalini type work, it just focuses on bringing the energy up the spine. But with the microcosmic orbit, it's about that descending, that yin, that feminine, that accepting, that allowing. So it's that cooling energy of the yin that moves down the front of the body. We're just balancing that so that it's really balancing you could look at it as balancing the fire and the water. So we're also balancing the fire in the earth, but also the fire in the water with this microcosmic orbit balance. And then we're balancing this tendency for earth to drain the fire, so that we're balancing it so that the fire can really start to feed the earth. And then just taking a few nice deep breaths as best as you can, letting go of the belief there's no hope in the future, knowing that this is not serving you, it's not empowering you, and trusting that you can let it go and really start to have hope that we are creating new earth and we are moving into a better world, particularly as we move into heart coherence. So this balancing is really supporting this process. Okay, that's complete, so you can relax your hands. The next balancing that's coming up is really beautiful. It's what's called a three-brain balancing. So we're balancing, first of all, the brain as we know it. So the cortexes, the two hemispheres of the brain, the left and the right hemisphere. So the right hemisphere is more associated with the feminine, the left with the masculine. So again, we have this theme of masculine, feminine balance. But this time we're looking at the relationship between the present and the future. And the feminine is very much about being in the present. And the masculine is about, looking into the future and improving and fixing and making better. So, both are important, but this is going to help this to really balance out so that we have a healthy balance and coherence between the left and the right brain so that we can become whole-brained and holistic in our approach. This is then linking into the heart, and I'm seeing this very much as an anchor for the brain. So again, we have here a masculine feminine balance because the brain is more associated, the thinking is more masculine, the heart energy field is more feminine. So we have that integration again. And then we're linking it into the gut brain, which I very much perceive about our discernment. It's about, is this right for me? Because there's so much going on in the world. We don't want to be connecting with other people's timelines, other people's fears. So it's that coming into the present, connecting in with the heart and saying, is this right for me? How can I act out of love to really be in my discernment as well? That's very much part of the gut brain. So holding where is comfortable. If you're lying down, you can hold over either sides of the head. That can be very soothing for the nervous system, can have a calming effect on the nervous system. If you're sitting up, you might like to hold over the heart and the gut, the navel, belly button area. It's really up to you intuitively, whatever feels more resonant. And some nice deep breaths. We're literally just doing a 3 brain balancing the relationship between present and future. So we can really discern by being present. Anchoring this all with the heart's energy field, which is actually bigger than the brain's energy field. Okay, that is complete, so you can relax your hands. What I'm picking up now is a joint, and the joint is the cervical thoracic joint, which is literally, if you go down your neck, there's kind of a bulge right at the base of the neck where the cervix, the neck meets the thoracic area. And that bigger kind of vertebra that sticks out, there's actually a joint there. And quite a lot of the yang meridians of the body mind pass through this joint. I spoke earlier about the microcosmic orbit and the back being associated more with the yang, the masculine. But in terms of meridians also, the yang meridians run up through this joint. So it's interesting, we've got this balancing of masculine and feminine again, because it's anchored into the heart, which again would be associated more with the feminine. But what we're working with the cervical thoracic joint is soul purpose, and connecting that into the heart and then into the energy of Leo, which is very much the energy of this full moon. Now, Leo is heart. It's also about courage. So it's about our soul purpose and then acting with courage, knowing that when we're coming from our heart, we're aligned with our soul purpose. We can be courageous because we're on track. So this is what this is all about. So if it's comfortable to do so, just holding the back of the neck there. This helps bring oxygenated blood and awareness to this area of the body, and then placing your other hand over the heart, and some nice deep breaths as we balance this. Just supporting you to open up this joint, which can also support expression. So expression of our soul purpose, the courage to express our soul purpose. And then anchoring that into the heart's energy and into the energy of the Leo, the sign of Leo, but also this Leo full moon to support you to act courageously. That is complete, so you can relax your hands. And that's pretty much the end of the session today, but there's a little piece coming in, and it's to do with ancestral. Because at the moment, there's a lot of sort of talk of war, and that's very much in our field. We've also had Mars, I believe, activated. So Mars is all about war as well. And if we have any war in our ancestry that, you know, has not been resolved, if there's still trauma in the field around war, then all this will be really affecting us. So we're just going to do a little piece to support us to shift and let go of any ancestral trauma or frozenness in the ancestral field around the theme of war. And particularly, we're going to then strengthen the Wei Qi, which is the protective energy field around other people's emotions. And what this is going to do is it's going to help us to stay more in our energy field, our own energy field, so that if someone else is acting from a polarized place of wanting to create an argument or, you know, a mini war, as it were, it's just going to help us to be protected from that, so we can stay in alignment with our soul purpose, courage, all the things, balance of head and heart, all the themes that we've been working on in this session today. So that's the last piece. We're not going to dip into it too much, but just set the intention that any ancestral healing around the theme of war that's ready to clear, be released and healed. So it's really just giving you permission for that to happen. It may well be that this will take deeper work, individual work for you, but just really being open to transformation and healing for anything that's ready to shift in this collective energy field. And then just really strengthening the Wei Qi, the protective energy field, particularly for other people's emotions, particularly fear and anger, which is very present in our current times. So that is complete. It may well be worth listening to this session more than once. You know, this head and heart balancing, you know, anytime you feel you're going too much into your head, it might be good to listen to this session again. I would really advise that because it feels very relevant for our current times. I do hope that you find this helpful. My name is Sarah Chave, and do watch out for any other healing activations that are coming on this channel, or reach out if you'd like a one-to-one or private group session with me. Many blessings. Bye for now.